Ranked matchups always elevate the pressure. The heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense, particularly if that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. Welcome to Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Keenan Memorial Stadium, the home of the North Carolina Tar Heels. As we'll see, the number 25 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the North Carolina Tar Heels. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Canes will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it out. It's Breeze. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So the North Carolina Tar Heels offense will have the opening possession of the game. This is a big-time quarterback that we're going to be seeing today, but getting the job done against a defense like this, what words of wisdom do you have for him, Jesse?
Well, I think you've got to prepare like you've never prepared before, and that's one thing he told us. He spent extra time in the film room. He spent extra time on the field after practice all week because I think he understands the challenge that lies ahead of him. He knows this is easily the best defense that they faced this year, so we're going to put his skills to the test in this one.
They're going to make it hard, right? There's not going to be any layups. Like most of the time, you know, he's had his way. He's feasted on so many defenses. They're going to make you earn it. They're going to make you go the length of the field. They're going to see if you can be patient. They're going to see how you respond to adversity. So some challenges coming his way for sure.
The Tar Heels will call on their punt team. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. So Miami's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And greeting them as a linebacking core in the business of disruption, tackling with aggression. Any suggestions on how to work around them?
Yeah, I think you pray. These linebackers are fast, they're physical, and my favorite part is they don't like people. Like, they are trying to make physical tackles and...
Oh, he's going to go up top. And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Dropping back, it's Dorsey. Oh, they're after him. Pass rush, coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, the offense is being aggressive here in their opening possession, trying to throw the ball in the first two plays. They went incomplete first down, and now they take a sack on second down. This is not going to script, and they understood it was going to be a challenge against this defense, and I love the fact that they're going to be aggressive trying to throw, but the execution has got to be better.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Quickly to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. And the Canes will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? The RPO, it's complete. Let's take a minute and talk about North Carolina. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Dorsey. Tosses it incomplete. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. The Canes decide to punt it away. That last howitzer was nice. How about another one just like it? Hauls it in, looking for space. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. To the air on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They're facing a 3rd down. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback keeper. Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Quarterback can't pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And that's not a good sign for this offense. You gave up 4 sacks a week ago. Now you're already getting your quarterback hit. They've got to protect their dude. They got to give him more time so he can make plays down the field. Protection is the biggest issue for this offense.
The Tar Heels will punt this one away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Fires to the tight end. He is not afraid to use that stiff arm as a weapon as he bangs his way to the 28. The give from the gun. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's Dorsey. Gets it to him on the screen. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. The Hurricanes are moving quickly down the field. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Here's the pressure. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. And the Hurricanes will line up to punt it away. Nice job to make the fair catch at the 16. Make sure that ball didn't bounce into the coffin corner. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They've gotten very little done on their first 3 possessions, hoping this one will be more productive. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got him. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. All wideouts, no backs. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the pass is incomplete here on third down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. And the Tar Heels will punt it away on fourth down. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Back to pass, it's Dorsey. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's a heat. Another incompletion on third down. And the Caves send out the punt unit. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. All the way back to the 15. Cover guys do their job and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Backed up now, here's second and long. It's complete to the left. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down.
And I love the idea of getting this guy screen throws because of his ability after the catch. So nice job getting downfield, getting a hat-on-hat, and giving him a tunnel to run through.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Finds his man, it's Breeze. Not the biggest play in the world, but it's one that can set the tone as he bangs his way out to the 38. They'll run play action. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Quarterback on the keeper. There he goes. Oh, and the ball's out after that big play. And this fumble bounces out of bounds. This should be the last play of the quarter. Snap in the shotgun. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll run it. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tar Heels.
And they finally lift the lid. Man, I didn't know if we were going to be 0-0 going into the half, going into the fourth quarter. The offense finally puts a drive together, breaks that seal. Excited to see now this opens things up, calms people down, and lets them have a little more success.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
Fellas, happy Thanksgiving wishes to you once again. The Egg Bowl is up for grabs between Ole Miss and Mississippi State. And check this out. Ole Miss dazzled in just about every phase of the game. And for a program that's turned out elite receivers from DK Metcalf to A.J. Brown, I think we may have seen the next great one emerge today. Always interesting to see good SEC teams collide, and today was no different. The agony and ecstasy of college football, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Gets it out quickly. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. And the Canes in a good spot here with second and short. The give to the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. To throw, it's Dorsey. Makes the grab. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. That last completion sets him up on second down. They're going back to the ground. Past the sticks, and he may get more. They knock him down at the 40. It's a pickup of 5, and that will be enough for a first down. To the air on first down. Finds his back in the middle. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Line getting set on second down. Now the play fake. Makes the catch. It's Harris. Breaks into the open. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Motion from the wide receiver. Rides the back on the option. The give. Touchdown, Miami! Excellent pass by the back on the option. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And he splits the uprights on the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, it is now a final in Conference USA and a game I think a lot of folks will want to hear about. Rice came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Houston had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse.
From the gun, running back gets the give.
Guys, I look at the preseason coaches poll and compare it to where CUSA is right now, and man, what a difference.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. The Tar Heels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage. They bring the punter onto the field now. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Looking to throw, it's Dorsey. He lets one fly deep. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
so pleased to send the offense back out. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Find some fresh air. Turning it on. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. They'll go to the air. Makes the catch. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. So now it's 2nd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Back to pass on 2nd down. It's complete to the right. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Tar Heels will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll go to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Handoff from the gun. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Back to pass, it's Dorsey. Rushes on him. Hit as he throws. The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. The Canes line up to punt it away. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Finds the tight end.
I tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Caught over the middle. It's Breeze. They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a 1st down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They just keep firing. Finds his tight end. And he was knocked down immediately. Very short pickup on that one. They'll need to get this one to the 31 here on 3rd down. Makes the grab. They'll pick up enough yardage for the 1st down. They've got it at the 30. Wants to throw on 1st down. Quick strike complete. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have 1 remaining in the half. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll move the tight end. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Finds his big tight end. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. Now from inside the red zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
You can't give points away when you're a QB. You have to understand, I got to be aggressive, and it's tough in the red zone because those are really tight windows. But, man, the one thing I cannot do is turn the football over. I got to make sure I get points. Really poor decision. Great play by the defense.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Makes the grab. It's Pitts. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. To the air, it's Dorsey. Fires to the wideout. It's incomplete, and I tell you, this sophomore quarterback's lucky to get that one back. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to go up top. This time on target. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. He's got his man. Makes the grab. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Hurricanes with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Just led him a little too far across the sidelines. Makes the catch, but it's incomplete. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. On third and short, they'll try to throw for it. Wide open downfield. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Chapel Hill. What a fine performance we've seen. And talk about a good competitive game so far. Not saying this has been the best first half we've seen in the history of these two programs, but they've matched each other's intensity, and the result has been a very evenly played game. Fascinating to see how the rest of this one plays out. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Kenan Memorial Stadium.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
The play action fake. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Unloads to the wideout. And they can't make the connection, and it could get worse. A penalty flag on the field, and it's in the holding zone. Let's get the call. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. And the Hurricanes will send out the punt unit. We've seen a lot of the punt team 6th time tonight. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Off the play fake on first down to throw. A little release to the back. At the 45 on his way. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Fires to the tight end. He'll be shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Second down coming up. Looking to fire. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. Third and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. He'll take a shot. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And here comes the field goal unit. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3 spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. Out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. Quick completion to the right. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Wide receiver comes in motion. Running back searching for a hole. We've seen a ton of this tonight. They just keep giving him the ball, and he keeps running into brick walls. Not much running room again. Trying play action. He'll off one deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Canes will call on their punt team. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? That's caught. It's Breeze. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. The Tar Heels are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw on 3rd. Working that left side now. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. The short hands, it's Breeze. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Quick release on the RPO. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires complete on the crosser. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, the ground game. Tough run, gets it into the red zone, and they've knocked him down at the 17. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. The pull and throw off the RPO. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The Tar Heels will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, UNC! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Offense gets the job done again. You want to build that cushion as we get deeper into the 2nd half.
Man, it makes it easy, doesn't it? You start getting up by a couple possessions, making the offense very predictable on the other side. Great job by the offense extending their lead.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll return it. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll give it to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Looking downfield, it's Dorsey. Throws to the tight end. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And the Canes will bring the punt team onto the field. That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. Give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Throws for the tight end. And they can't make the connection. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. That 3rd down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground. And the Tar Heels decide to punt it away. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. He makes a fair catch, couple of steps inside his own 25 at the 23-yard line. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. They'll run it behind the big guys on the left. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. They're setting up the screen. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Off play action on first down. Another interception. That's number 17 on the year. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
2nd down, he'll throw it. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. Trying to pick up a 1st down. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And now the lead is extended a little further.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative, use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Flips it out on the screen. Shakes off the defender. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there, and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. Dropping back, it's Dorsey. Tight end finds a soft spot. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. They'll try to get it through the air. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Gonna sling it on second down. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one a long one on third down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. The Tar Heels will punt this one away. A high kick trying to pin them deep. He'll be content with the field position, making the fair catch right around the 30-yard line. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Grab behind the line. It's Daly. Oh, he's got some space. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. Leaves it with the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Back to throw, it's Dorsey. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23.
This defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's the big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
The Canes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
And man, this defense at it again. They've done this so much today. Affected the quarterback, gotten sacks, forced third and long situations. It doesn't matter about the yards on the drive. Now you put them in a very predictable passing situation.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And he is not going to get there as the defense gets him on the ground. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Hauls it in the first down and more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. First and goal, and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. He wants to throw it. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. First down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking downfield, it's Dorsey. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. A touchdown here on third and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. From the gun, wants to pass. Going for 6. Touchdown, Hurricanes grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
PAT unit on the field. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd.
Miami, 14.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. The give and tick, 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 tick. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged out of the air. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Tar Heels with the 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Out of the gun to give to the back. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Sometimes in life, there's only one thing to do. Punt. And they should punt. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They cut into this lead the last time they had it, and now here in the 4th, a chance to move on top with a score. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking for a man, it's Dorsey. This one's complete. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. He's looking to throw. They'll run the screen. They'll stop him short on 3rd down, and this defense trying to make sure they stay on top. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Lost to throw again. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. And they'll take a knee. Guys, let's talk a little bit about North Carolina. A nice way to go into the postseason and eventually the offseason with a W, but the question is, will it be enough to keep the Wolves at bay?
It's a great way to punctuate the season. You just have to wonder, though, if there were too many L's on the schedule to keep this guy around next year.
Yeah, I mean, it's the whole body of work, right? You finish strong, but what does everybody look at? Like, how many games do you win? Who do you beat is important, right? Do you beat your rivals? Like, there's so much more. Do you have the team's ears still? So there's a lot that goes into decision-making, but it was definitely a disappointing season.